All right, friends, this is take two, and sometimes in life you have to have a take two. So we're super excited this evening. Hopefully this is going to work out. It is day 8 of our clean day of eating. As we shared before, we are super excited to have Barton Scott join us today. He's not only a chemical engineer, he's also a nutritionist. He's going to talk to us about the importance of trace minerals and vitamins and supplementation and why we need to do that. Especially, you guys hear me talk about all the time about lowering carbohydrates in your diet, and that's what we're doing on clean eating. We are ditching the sugar, we're ditching the processed carbohydrates, but when that happens, you often also lose some trace minerals and lose some other vital nutrition that you need at your cellular level and that are essential for your body. Essential means that you must have them to survive. So I can see, friends, that you're jumping on. I know seems like there's 5 or 6 people there. I don't see any comments yet. So as soon as Barton says hello, he's there. Let's try this again. Hey, Dr. Deb, thanks for joining us and being such a trooper for helping us. So Barton, I'm saying hello and hi. It is not letting me invite you to the screen. I'm trying to add you. Add live subscribers. It says, do I want to block Barton? No, I don't want to block him. I don't want to pin his Oh my gosh, you guys. Hello, hello. Thank you, friends, for being patient with me this evening. I feel like I'm tapping, and I know your friends are joining us, and we've got everyone coming on. Barton saying, hello, hello, let me join you. And I'm liking his comments. I'm trying to reply. I thought if I replied, it would let you join. Thank you guys again for joining us. It's beautiful here in Kansas. Let me know where you're watching us from. I love seeing that everyone is hopping on and joining us on this beautiful Wednesday evening because we've got an important topic to share. If we could get Barton on here, I should have just made him an admin of the page. That would have been much better. We rescheduled from last week. I am up for anybody's suggestions here when it comes to Facebook Lives. Again, I'm trying to redeem myself. I've done hundreds of these. I've never had this much issue before. Dr. Jamie, I had a lot of issues. We were going to talk about, I still want to talk about the importance of minerals and the importance of trace minerals and supplementing trace minerals when your body, especially when you're lowering your carbohydrate intake, but on any type of diet or lifestyle, you actually need to add those. Hey, Marge, thanks for joining us. I'm looking forward to seeing you on Friday. We are trying to get the one and only Barton Scott to join us this evening to talk about his very important topic, but is not letting me join him or bring him to the screen. Anybody having suggestions? Barton, I would love for you to say something down below to help me do this. Or if anybody else is a Facebook Live wizard, we've turned the screen. It told me to turn it vertical, so I turned it vertical like it said. I turned the light on. Hey, Camille, thanks for joining us. Louise, again, thanks for joining us. I don't know what's happening. Why it's not letting me do this? Barton, it may need to be that we need to do a Zoom and link it into the Facebook Live because I don't know why. I'm trying to get on my computer over here to actually make you an admin. It's not letting me do that. So friends, I don't want to keep your time any longer. Vertical says yes, I'm vertical. Yes, we're vertical. You're vertical, I'm vertical. We're all vertical. We're all vertical. And Tammy, thanks for jumping on. What has happened, Tammy, is that we are unable to bring our very special guest, Mr. Barton Scott, to the screen tonight. It says I can block him. I don't want to block him. I don't want to delete him. I just want to bring him to the screen. And it's not letting me do that. Okay. friends, I don't know what else to do tonight, so I think that we're going to have to reschedule Barton's talk. We're going to figure this out. Him and I are going to figure this out, and we will get this rescheduled. It is such an important topic. We don't want to not get it rescheduled, so we'll get it rescheduled. We'll let you know when we figure out what's happening with Facebook. I will email them and ask what's happening, but what we really want to hone in on is the importance of trace minerals. And as I shared before, especially since we're doing a 40 days of clean eating, that, and Barton, if you want to type some things down there, Dr. Deb want to type some things down there, we'll talk about the importance of minerals and kind of give some nuggets there. I know Barton had an offering that he wanted to share with you tonight, and what his research and what he's really digging and diving into, and what he's doing down in Texas these days, and wanted to share with you tonight. Or if you want to drop some nuggets down there, I'd be happy to share those with you and read those aloud as he was going to share some great things with us tonight. But we talk about the essential trace minerals. There are elements in our body. You know, we talk about the periodic table of element. You guys all got that in middle school. You got that in high school. Got a lot of it in college. It is the absorption, absolutely right. And we all talk about gut health. We talk about the connection between the gut and the brain health. We talk about our skin as our largest organ. So a lot of people are talking about hyperbaric oxygen chamber. They're talking about grounding. Well, we talk about hyperbaric oxygen chamber because oxygen is so vital for life. It is not a mineral, but that just gives us an example. We start talking about absorption of minerals. Where are they absorbed? Where are they excreted? How are they depleted so quickly? There are some that are water soluble. Are there any that are fat soluble? So these are all questions that I really had for Barton, and I'm kind of planting those in his head right now, saying, you know, the absorption factor is, where does that start to be absorbed? We know that we can take an Epsom salt bath and we can absorb them right through your skin, or we can take them sublingually, absorb them in our mouth and get them absorbed to the brain pretty quickly. We know we can do IV nutrition. So let's take magnesium for absorption. You can do IV nutrition through magnesium, or you can put magnesium, which is a mineral, on your skin. You can also take it in a supplement or sublingual. There's all different ways of absorption. What's the best way? Which nutrition or which elements or which minerals are absorbed better where? Is it in the small intestine? Is it which place in the gut is it better to be absorbed? And like right now we're talking about, you know, the virus that's going around, the coronavirus, which is so important for keeping your immune system up and running. So one of the questions I had for him, I really wanted to hone in on, is how do we keep that immune system healthy? We know all viruses feed on glucose. So we also know that glucose, or carbohydrates, actually deplete the body of minerals. So how do we actually help keep our body nice and healthy through this season of the coronavirus, which we do not have a vaccination for? We know that it will pass, and it is spreading without one. I've been trying to keep up on that as fast as I can. So I was going to ask Barton, what are the minerals that we can do, or how do you suggest, and which is the best way for absorption and administration of those minerals? So I asked him a lot of questions right now. So he's saying, how do you want to hop on a Zoom call right now? I'd have to set it up and link it to Facebook, but we will, people, this is a hot enough topic that if we drop some good nuggets here, we'll get people to watch this and we can restream this through here. So Barton, with absorption, is it better to be, and he's right, all viruses feed on glucose. They don't feed on ketones, they feed on glucose. Viruses replicate very fast on glucose. So I was sharing, I did a Zoom with a Hong Kong team. Today I did a Zoom with I think 230 people from Europe talking about ketones and talking about strengthening the immune system. So Barton, give us a couple nuggets of some minerals that you would really suggest that would boost someone's immune system, and what's the best way to get them absorbed? Would it be orally? Would it be sublingually? Well, so that's kind of orally. Or would it be better IV? Or is it better topically? And you know, we start talking about oral absorption. Is it something that's encapsulated, that's enteric coated for the stomach, so it bypasses and goes into the large intestine or small intestine to be absorbed? And that's really what people are talking about today. A lot of people talking about vitamin C, which is a vitamin, is not a mineral, because I think sometimes the minerals get bypassed over for things like vitamin C. Oh my gosh, iodine, absolutely. So upgraded iodine, I think iodine gets missed so much. We talk about thyroid health, we talk about ovary health, we talk about overall immune system health. So and what iodine do you like best? If you've got one, drop a link down below. But absolutely, iodine is so crucial for our immune system. It's one of the most overlooked nutrients, I think. Zinc as well, we talk about, is so important for the immune system. But what iodine source, and is it iodide or iodine that you prefer? And again, I guess I'm going to assume that that is an oral tablet that would be not enteric coated that you would prefer, and that's going to be absorbed in the small intestine, broken down in the stomach. We're making this work. And we love sharing too. I'm just sorry we haven't gotten this worked out, but we're going to continue this conversation 3 or 4 times here, and we're going to get Dr. Deb involved in this as well. So we actually met Barton at the Live It to Lead It conference with Dr. Dan Pompa. They were talking about everything from cavitations to cancer to, again, strengthening your immune system, and talking about fasting and intermittent fasting and all those type of things. So it would be absorbed at this time that it reaches the stomach, if not before. So he's specifically talking about iodine, which is again, I think is a superhero of the minerals, again, with some of the other trace minerals like we talked about, zinc. So I love it, and developed in a big high dose. So it was a high dose. I know 12.5 is a standard dose, so 50 milligrams, 150 milligrams. Selenium is also a great antioxidant as well. I agree with that. Lithium is a great antioxidant, I think, that's overlooked. So these are, hopefully you guys are we're going slow enough, which is unusual for me because I talk so fast, that these are all great antioxidants. Or super dioxide mutase, I don't think that would be in the mineral category. Yes, I think iodine is peak for thyroid function. I talk all the time that the thyroid robs from the ovaries to get the iodine that it needs. So oftentimes when we start seeing things like PCOS, or we start seeing hypothyroid, and we start to see those iodine deficiency syndrome, or those symptoms of it, that we know that those iodine deficiencies have been there for a while. You know, we see kids eating dirt. I've got 4 boys, so I've got one that was a dirt digger. He had all those symptoms, the body type of a thyroid, always cold, always wearing shoes in the house, socks in the house. You know, it was wintertime and he wanted to put a sweatshirt on. So definitely had that body type of that thyroid that was always a little bit more the mineral. But again, he was that kid who was always eating dirt in the backyard. I truly believe there's some truth to that. So great nuggets there. And I know there's some great books out there of thyroid, the undiagnosed disease. And I guess it's a peak thyroid formula is the brand that he's speaking about. So I think we've maybe drop a couple more hints down here, and then we'll definitely get this rescheduled. I'll get this recorded. I'll drop it down to YouTube so we can share it and get this recorded. And then we will actually do a Zoom video so we can link it to Facebook. That takes a little bit more time for me to do that. But I do want to sincerely apologize to everybody who joined us this evening, not once but twice, and tried to jump on. But we did want to just really talk a little bit more about the coronavirus, but hopefully just talking about this. And we don't want you to buy just any brand and go out there and just say, hey, they heard about this and the coronavirus, and just go buy any brand of iodine or any brand of selenium. Quality matters. It matters more than quantity, because it's got to be absorbable. When we talk about things that are enteric coated, you want to look at things that are gluten-free and they don't have any artificial fillers, or maybe they're bound together by rice, maybe they're bound together by tapioca, something like that that's very simple. But you want to make sure you're getting it from maybe your naturopath or your chiropractor, or from a very good health store. Or Barton's going to give us a couple sources down below that you can go though. But I'm going to do a bigger series on other things that you can do for your immune system. I really wanted him to cover the mineral component of that. I'm going to cover some of the other components of that you can do, like some other collagen sources for your immune system, and some vitamin D for your immune system. But I really wanted him to do this. So he and I will get together. I'll make a phone call with him tomorrow so we can get that. Yes, selenium, copper, zinc, specifically from the upgradedformula.com. There we go, guys. So peak formula from upgradedformulas.com. I'll go up and put that up in, I did, because we started a new one. I didn't put anything in the heading up above. And Jana, thank you for joining us. We're a tad bit late. I was not able to get Barton to join us, but it's turning out to somewhat fun. You're absolutely right. So stand by. So IV, so we do recommend some IV formulas. We have a couple different clinics that we work with that we're super excited about. So I will also, if you're in the Overland Park, Kansas City area, I will reach out to regenerative medicine, also to IV formulations. It's on the pamphlet's on the ground right there. And Barton, if you want to give some suggestions of milligrams that you would do for IV formulations on some of those trace minerals, that would be awesome if you would do that. But you want to make sure that you don't have an iodine allergy. Some people find that out on the latter end. So you can do actually an iodine test to make sure that you don't have an iodine allergy. People who have had CT, sometimes they will know that they've had an iodine allergy before. So just make sure that you're a person who does not have one. Again, I want to apologize to our very special guest, Barton Scott, for not making this happen the way we want it to be. But hopefully you still got some valuable information. You've got something that you can start maybe digging on and digesting a little bit, knowing that hopefully no one here is affected by the coronavirus. It's spreading, it looks like globally fast, but not very fast when we start looking at the stats. I think the last stats I saw was 25 people a day compared to 100,000 people that are affected by heart disease every single day. I don't want to minimize it by any means at all. However, we've got time to do some research, and if we dial it back to make it simple, it's about making your immune system strong and healthy. So no matter if it's a virus, a bacteria, a parasite, no matter what comes along, the swine flu or whatever it comes along, virus, bacteria, it's the same thing. Every single virus feeds on glucose. So minimize the glucose carbohydrates in your diet and arm your immune system with things like selenium and iodine and copper and zinc, vitamin C, those minerals. Vitamin C is a vitamin, not a mineral, but those minerals that help build a healthy immune system that often get overlooked and can be that missing key or that superhero to your immune system or that antioxidant to your immune system that got missed. So I do want to thank Barton for joining us and being so patient with us this evening. And for all the viewers that are joining us, please hit the share button. Even though it wasn't as smooth as we want it to be, you never know what information somebody just might need to help them just start making that little change, reducing the carbohydrates, saying, maybe I ought to look at supplementation. I've been anti-supplementation, but maybe this is the time that I need to do that because we used to have 18 inches of topsoil. Now we only have 2 inches of topsoil. Maybe I should stop drinking that juice in the morning because that's not helping anything. That's actually, giving your kids orange juice. Maybe you thought that was a great way to help them fight the flu or something that's coming around school. And now you know that this is probably not the right thing that you should be doing. You should be giving them things like greens for breakfast or protein for breakfast or putting some sea salt on their eggs before they go or their turkey patty before breakfast. So magnesium is one as well to help sleep because sleep is our secret weapon to helping our immune system rest, restore, and rejuvenate. So magnesium before bed or to bowel tolerance, which means if you take too much magnesium, you end up getting mushy bowels in the morning. So generally start with 200 to 400 milligrams of the upgraded magnesium. And then again, if you want to get amazing sleep, take it again about 45 minutes to an hour before bedtime. If you just keep increasing it until you get mushy bowels. And then again, when you get mushy bowels, just back off a little bit or take a little bit of fat with that. And that will actually help slow down the mushy bowels. So Barton, amazing, great information that you've shared with us. I'm sure we'll have some more questions as people share this. But again, let us know where you're joining us from. Barton is joining us from Texas. So thank you again for joining us. I'm trying to read the rest of your message, but it's not letting us do this. So upgraded zinc as well. So I think anywhere from 50 to 150 milligrams of zinc. I think I'm going to look up some of the upgraded formulas, upgraded products from upgraded formulas and see what they've got going on and what combinations they have instead of giving you guys exact milligrams because they generally have those synergistically working together at the proper units or proper milligrams. So, and you're right, some things absorb better IV, some things absorb better orally. So again, we're going to get back with you guys pretty quick. We'll put our minds together tomorrow and we'll get this rescheduled really quickly. And that's where Zoom can come in. I think Facebook's doing something funny lately because I've heard other people saying they're not letting them do lives. I don't know if because this is a business page, we should go to my personal page. But anyway, I'll get those answers figured out for you. But again, I want to thank you very, very much, Barton, for joining us. Everybody else, thank you for joining us. Again, hit that share button and then we will post it live. We'll post it and let you know when we are able to get this rescheduled and make sure 100% because we don't want to waste your time. Time is one of the most important assets that you have. But again, this is Dr. Heather Carden from Ask Dr. Heather coming to you live from Overland Park saying have an amazing evening and we will get back at you as soon as we can get this rescheduled. Have a good evening, guys. Thanks again.